Pretty shock quarter here from Tesla. I reported they're going to be able to get about 460,000 sales. It was wrong. Tesla massively outperformed Wall Street's consensus by around 45,000 deliveries. And as a result, people are saying, well, hang on a minute, we thought Tesla was dead in the water, and they're not. They've had an enormous revival, not just globally, but also here in Australia, where EV sales hit a record high in the month of September. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. It's great to have you with us. I'm Sam Evans. If you haven't already subscribed to our newsletter, I'll put a link in the description below. Tesla reported record-breaking results for the third quarter of 2025, the last 3 months. They produced 447,000 cars, but they delivered 497,000, nearly 500,000 vehicles worldwide, which was way bigger than Wall Street's consensus. Much, much bigger. I reported it was likely Tesla would hit 460 to 480,000 deliveries. Wall Street's consensus was 440,000. They've outperformed that by nearly 60,000. Plus, Tesla deployed 12.5 gigawatt hours of energy storage, in other words, batteries, and that's the fastest growing area of its business. The Model 3 and the Model Y dominated. Of course, Model S, Model X, Cybertruck sales, very, very small percentage of overall deliveries. Tesla's Q3 2025 delivery and production report says that the Model 3 sedan and the Model Y crossover accounted for 435,000 units produced, but 481,000 deliveries. So yeah, nearly all of their deliveries were Model Y and Model 3. In total, Model S, Model X, and Cybertruck deliveries, 16,000 for those 3 months. Should point out, though, that's still more sales than what Lucid is likely to deliver for the entire 12 months of the year. It's not so bad if you look at it that way. Or you could just say, well, Lucid's dead in the water. Anyway, best quarter for Tesla for car deliveries, also best quarter for Tesla for battery storage deliveries, which to me is the more important number, just because I'm so keen to see the world go renewable only. And I think it's more important than EVs. EVs are very important, but to me, having renewable energy for the entire planet is more important. Tesla's third quarter results have, to be honest, shocked most of Wall Street. They didn't expect these kind of numbers. And benchmark analyst Mickey Legg, who had a delivery estimate of 442,000 vehicles in Q3, clearly got it very wrong. Wall Street's consensus, on average, if you average out all the different numbers, 448,000. Very, very optimistic analysts said 460,000. These analysts, I can't understand how they got it so wrong. It's almost not worth listening to them if they're going to be this wrong, though. Investors will get more insight, though, in a few weeks' time when Tesla reports its full financials for the quarter. How much profit did they make? That does matter. The company will release Q3 2025 earnings after market close on October 22, followed by Q&A webcast at 4:30 p.m. But remember, Tesla's a big source of their income, which is carbon credits. They've been getting around $2 billion a year the last couple of years. Some of that is likely to go down because of changes in the United States from the Trump administration changing EPA rules and changing those credit rules as well. Why did Tesla sales go up so much? Well, I think they make good cars, and that's a big part of the reason. But there is a little bit of another reason here, which is US consumers accelerating purchases of electric cars ahead of the federal tax credit expiration. So General Motors EVs, Ford's EV sales, both of them skyrocketed as well. People don't want to miss out on the $7,500 tax credit. The US EV maker delivered 497,099 cars globally. And I don't know what percentage of those would be people bringing forward their orders, not sure. But I should mention that Tesla delivered record numbers of Model Y sales in Australia for this year at around 4,000 in September. So they had a record month here in Australia, and there was no real reason for people to buy a Model Y in September versus any other month. So I'm not sure if how much of this is attributable to the $7,500 tax credit, because the US is only one part of the Tesla market. The truth is, Tesla sells more cars in China than they do in the United States. But if you look at the year-on-year numbers, right, this is a 7.4% increase versus the same quarter of last year. But probably more important is it's a 29.5% increase versus the second quarter of this year. It's a big change versus the second quarter. Data for China's sales of Tesla vehicles in China, it's not yet available. Though July and August was 68,000 and 83,000 respectively. My guess is that September, when Tesla did start delivering the Model 3 Long Range Plus, which is now available in Australia, and they also started delivering the Model Y L, which is the stretch version of the Model Y L. That's when they kicked in. They started delivering those cars last month in September. That might have helped their sales in China. If you compare Tesla to BYD sales actually fell by 5% in the month of September. However, in total, for the third quarter, BYD actually delivered 582,000 cars. That means they actually beat Tesla by 85,000 or 17.2%. That said, BYD sales in China, it's by far its most important market in the world, fell by around 10%. So global sales for BYD increased significantly, and that offset BYD's, their shrinking sales in China, which is really due to plug-in hybrid demand. BYD's plug-in hybrid sales have gone down by about 26% over the last 3 months in China, and in fact worldwide as well. This is actually the narrowest gap between Tesla's worldwide sales and BYD's EV sales over the past 4 quarters. As you can see here, this chart from CNF Post shows you BYD's electric car sales are continuing to rise. So they're not having any problems selling electric cars, but they are having some challenges selling plug-in hybrids. Now, if we look at BYD's total worldwide sales, though, in the third quarter of the year, not just EVs, EV sales were good at 580,000. Obviously, like I said, beats Tesla. If we look at BYD's global sales in the third quarter, including plug-in hybrids, they actually delivered 1.1 million cars, which is more than double what Tesla delivered. I think both companies, though, are definitely facing some headwinds. And when I say that, I mean rivals. There is very strong competition out there right now. Geely sales are up enormously by over 100% in the last quarter. So Geely is absolutely steamrolling the competition right now, particularly in China, and even their global sales are up by 150% over the last few months. Plus, we've got some other really strong Chinese contenders. I'll have a separate video showing you guys the sales figures from some of these Chinese manufacturers, what they're doing, how they're doing it, and why they are having an enormous sales success in China and worldwide this year. Thanks for watching. The Sydney EV International Motor Show. If you want to get a 50% discount on your tickets, all you got to do, click the link in the description and use the promotion code that's in the description. Just copy and paste that. Now, I should mention there's only 200 tickets available per day. So if you go to use the promo code and you can't get a ticket, wait till the next day. Don't wait until the day before the show to get your tickets, because otherwise you'll probably miss out on getting the 50% discount.